Hey y'all, welcome to my channel Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a weekly reading today. This is going to be urgent messages from your spirit guides, and I am filming this on March 21st. So for those of you who are viewing this in real time, a lot of my subscribers watch my videos each week, so this will be for you guys for March 21st through the 27th. But I've also decided to make this reading timeless. So whenever you find this video, it's the right time for you, and the urgent messages from your spirit guides are going to be for you for the coming week. So it is a weekly reading, but it is just the week that you find it. So I have the numbers out here again today. It does make it easier for us to know which way we're going. 1, 2, 3. So for those of you who already know how to do pick a card readings, you can just go to the timestamps in the description box below. You should be able to just click on the time and it'll take you right to that reading. If not, you might just have to go, arrow through the video until you get to the right spot. But there will be timestamps in the description box below, so go ahead and make your choice and go directly to your reading. For those of you who have not done a pick a card reading before, there's really no right or wrong way to decide which pile is for you. Some people choose just based on the number. They just happen to have an affinity for the number 1 or the number 3, and so they choose that pile. Some people choose based on the stone that is on top of the piles. Some people will just kind of be real intuitive about it, close their eyes, and then take a few deep breaths, and then when they open their eyes, whichever pile they're drawn to is the one that they choose. Some people find some synchronicities in the timestamps if they're numbers people, or if they have lucky numbers and they see them in the timestamp, they'll use that reading. Some people go through all three of them, and just the one that's resonating with them is the one that they claim for their reading. However you do it, again, it's going to be the right way for you, and don't overthink it too much. You can't make a mistake. Okay, so the only cards I have out here are from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, so we're going to start with those, and we're going to see what spirit guides are wanting to come through and give you a message today. So make your choice. On pile 1, we do have a citrine. On pile 2, a rose quartz. On pile 3, Aqua quartz. So I got the shiny looking ones today. I was just in a shiny looking rock mood. Okay, so go ahead and make your choice. Again, the timestamps will be in the description box below, so you will be able to go directly to your reading. And once you decide which pile is speaking to you, then go to your reading, and I'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for your urgent messages from your spirit guides, this is going to be your reading. I do want to talk just for a minute about spirit guides and what that means to me. Everybody has kind of different ideas of what all of this stuff is. The spirituality is not, it's an exploration. It is not one set of dogma that everybody believes in the same things when you're talking about metaphysics, spirituality, New Age, that kind of stuff. So everybody's on their own journey. So let me tell you where I'm at as far as spirit guides. I think that we all have a spiritual team, and that is made up of angels, ancestors, passed on loved ones, guardian angels, the divine, the source, divine, pure light, white light, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever you want to call it. This whole team of, it's not people, wouldn't be people, but it would be energies, I guess, that are around us, that want to help us, that want to guide us. You do have to invite them in. You have to ask for their help, but when you do, They are here to guide us. That is what I believe. So for this reading, the question is, what urgent messages are urgent messages from your spirit guides? So we're just going to find out who's coming through, who wants to talk to you, and what kind of messages that they have for you. Pile 1 did have the citrine on it, which is just a very happy, pleasant stone. So to find out who's trying to talk to us today from your spirit guide team, your spirit team, I pulled Angels and Ancestors oracle cards. And this will kind of give us some guidance as to what kind of energies around you are trying to talk to you. You got Stargazer, set your sights higher. You got Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. And then Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Okay, so you guys, I feel like pile 1 has a twofer here. Let's start with this message. This is the most succinct. Well, actually, they're both pretty succinct, but this is interesting. So you got the Medicine Guardian here, and you also got the Medicine Mother. So this indicates that some healing is required in your life, and that can be emotional, spiritual, or physical healing. Whatever it is that you've just been a little off lately, you've been ill, you've gone through some emotional trauma, you feel like you're not connected to spirit as much as you would like to be lately. So these cards are saying, first of all, there is information coming in for you to help you to heal, whether that's emotional, spiritual, or physical. But this is also saying be open to it. And for some of you, the information, this first of all says trust your inner knowing. You have when this information comes into you, you will know whether it's right for you or not, because people have so much advice. There's all kinds of advice out there about what to do to heal things, what to do to make yourself better, what to do to tap in spiritually. There's so much information out there. This card is saying, trust your inner knowing. When you hear the right information, you will know. But this is also really beautiful because it says that this message is coming to you from your matrilineal bloodline. Someone on your mother's side of the family is going to help you to know. It's a mother, it's a grandmother, it's a great grandmother. It's someone maybe back in your ancestry who is going to come through and help you to kind of weed out the bad information and keep the good information. When you start, maybe you're researching how to heal yourself, whether that's emotionally, spiritually, or physically, or how to heal yourself. Maybe you're going to research it yourself. This card is going, this person, this spirit guide, is going to help you through that process and let you know when you've hit on the right information, and it's saying trust that. Trust that inner knowing, because it's coming from your matrilineal bloodline. It's your passed on loved ones back there, your ancestors back there who are helping you with this healing information. So that's one message. And we can all have more than one thing going on in our life at a time. And these cards are not mutually exclusive. This doesn't mean that this is for some of you and this is for other people in pile 1. It can mean that, but it could also mean that you personally have both of these things going on in your life. So these are the spirit guides that are coming through to help you with this second situation, which feels to me like it is a work situation or it is a money situation. Like you feel like your job is not paying you what it needs to pay you. You can't survive on what you're making. You feel a lack of abundance in your life for whatever reason. Maybe you've lost a job. You've been trying to find a job. Your job search has not been very successful. The reason for it, to me, looks like, if that is the case, if you have been searching for a job and your job search has not been very successful, it is because you're worth more. Set your sights higher. You're going for the wrong jobs. It's yes, you do. Sometimes we've all been there. Just take whatever job because you need to put food on the table, right? But these are your spirit guides that are guiding you through this process that are saying it's not going to be good for you to do that in the long term, and something better is out there for you. Shoot for something better. Set your sights higher. For those of you that are just feeling a lack of abundance in general in your life, this is a card that reminds us, this trader card reminds us of the energy exchange and what that means. If you're feeling a lack of abundance, ask yourself what you can give, not what you can get. Focus on that which you can give, because we all come into this world with gifts and talents that we can use to, and that's what we offer to the world. And so when we offer our gifts, our talents, our creativity, whatever it is that we're really skilled at and good at, then the universe provides us more so that we can give more. It's just that beautiful exchange kind of thing. And you can't look at it like, I'm going to give this and I'm going to get that. It's not that. It's looking at what you offer the world. Again, to go back to that looking for a job situation. When you are looking for a job, it's good to kind of make a list before you even start the process of what talents and skills that you have and what you can offer the world. And if you look at your job search from that angle, it's like, here's what I have to offer. Then that's kind of hones in your job search for you. It becomes like a homing device, right? So when you're like X, you're very clear about X. This is what I have to offer. It just happens this way that when your focus is on something, then your energy goes there. Once you have that focus, you know what you're good at. This is what you're offering the world. For whatever reason, those are the kind of jobs that come to you. Those are the kind of jobs that you see. Those are the kind of jobs that you find on job boards. Those are the kind of jobs that people that you know are talking to you about. Hey, I just found out that XYZ company is hiring one of these. So it becomes a homing device. So get very clear on the talents and skills that you offer the world. We all have them. We all have special talents and skills. So we can use those to trade. And again, it's that exchange. Ask what you can give and not what you can get. But also, set your sights higher. Go for that big job. Go for a job that's bigger actually than you think that you deserve or you're qualified for. Set your sights higher. Go for the big one. And so these spirit guides are coming in to help you through that process. So these are your spirit guides that are working with you this week, and that is a beautiful thing. Okay, I just do want to get a couple of other oracle cards. I'm not going to do tarot this week. I feel like these urgent messages from the spirit guides, the messages come through more clearly with these oracle. I mean, I could do it with tarot cards and not use these, but I like the way that this is playing out this week, so I'm going to do it this way. That these are your urgent messages from your spirit guide, and then also I'm going to get a Sacred Traveler card to just kind of finish up this reading and see if there's what action pile 1 needs to take, what pile 1 needs to do, what action does pile 1 need to take, what do they need to do, if anything. You got valiant courage, take action with passion. So that really talks more about this message, about going out there and finding that job that is for you, that speaks to your soul, that is better than you ever dreamed that you could. It's a better job than you ever dreamed that you could get. This is just saying be courageous and go for it. That's what that's saying. And then you can do it. You can do it. And just the last thing I want to get is final messages from Spirit from the Sedona Oracle deck. These are kind of light-hearted and fun. So just final words of wisdom from the Sedona Oracle. They usually have some surprising meanings too. Okay, final words of wisdom do you have for pile 1? Oh, sun, joy, and healing. Oh my gosh, you guys, so the healing is coming in for you guys. Whatever it is that you're healing from, whether it's a physical ailment, whether you feel like you've been lost a little bit and need to find a better, your spiritual path, get back on the right spiritual path, or whether you're healing from some kind of emotional trauma, a breakup, or whatever. This is saying joy and healing is coming in for you guys this week. The information is coming to you to heal. This is just a very happy, the sun is just a very happy, positive card. This is going to be a good week for you guys on your quest. These guides are helping you through whatever it is that you're going through. These spirit guides are helping you with your quest to find the right job for you and to heal from whatever it is that you are healing from right now. And these messages are saying just be courageous with your job search, go for the big stuff, and just know that joy and healing is coming in for you this week. It's on its way. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Good reading. Okay, that's all I have for my pile 1s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 2 for your reading this week, weekly reading, urgent messages from your spirit guides, these are going to be your messages. Pile 2 did have the rose quartz on it. So I do want to talk just for a minute about spirit guides and how I see those, you know, with the spirituality and New Age philosophy and metaphysics and all of that. Everybody has different ideas about everything. That's the way it's supposed to be. Each person is on their own spiritual path. So here's kind of what my take is on spirit guides. I feel like that we all have a spiritual team out there who is protecting us and guiding us. First, starting with, you know, just the source, divine, pure white light. And then you have angels and ancestors, archangels, passed on loved ones. You have spirit guides. There's just so, to me, there's a whole spiritual team out there who is walking alongside of you to guide you and to protect you and to help you along the path. You do have to invite them in. They can, especially the angels, for sure, can only help you if you ask for their help. But when you ask for their help, they are there to guide you in so many ways in your life. So this reading is about just urgent messages from your spirit guides. And so what I have pulled here are cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, and this will give us information about who it is that is trying to send you a message this week. It's not really who, but it's, you know, it's kind of tacky to call your spirit guides it, right? So, what entities are trying to come through to give you messages this week? And again, these come from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle by Kyle Gray. Let's see what we got here. You got Sky Father, trust in the unknown. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. Knight, be brave and honest. And Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Okay, I don't know who's watching this. I don't know who you are. I don't know who all y'all are. But for you, this week, you got some spiritual big jobs going on this week. Okay, so let's just take them one card at a time. The Sky Father is in many traditions, religious traditions. It is the Father God. So I think maybe it was Native American traditions that kind of separate Earth Mother and Sky Father, you know, in that way. But a lot of religious traditions do that. So it's kind of the opposite of the Earth Mother. It's the Sky Father. So this is like God in the traditional Christian religion. It represents, you know, whatever else it represents divine masculine. So for me, for you guys, I feel like there's some father influence in your reading this week, in your message this week. It may be a father figure that is still with us. It may be a father figure who has passed on, who's on the other side. It may be a grandfather. And the reason that I say this is because you also got this elder card here. Move beyond ancestral patterns. And this card that's an aborigine. And those are the oldest known tribal, that's the oldest known tribal community, the Aborigines. So there's something in this reading that goes back generations and generations and generations. Okay, so it does have to do with the father order. So maybe, you know, we here in the United States, we are a patrilineal society. So our ancestors are, you know, traced through the father. So, you know, me personally, that mine were from England. This is a melting pot. The United States is a melting pot. So, you know, of course, the Spanish were the first. So, in the 1500s to come over here. So their you know, ancestors are in Spain, and then we have French, and then we have, you know, Germans, and we have people migrated here from the Asian countries, just quite frankly all over the world. So what we're looking at here in this reading is those ancestors and the ancestral patterns, and they go back in your father's lineage. So, okay, we are talking about masculine powers here, and so the message for the Sky Father is to trust in the unknown, and trust that you are on the path that you are intended to be on. It's almost like whatever is happening for you guys this week, it was kind of destined to happen. You are healing something that goes way back. And maybe maybe this is something you've been dealing with for a long time, and the breakthrough is coming this week, or maybe these cards are just telling you these are the people behind you that are guiding through this, whatever it is that you are working through right now. I feel like it's a pattern. I feel like it's some ancestral pattern on your father's side. Let me just give you an example. My people were poor dirt farmers from Missouri. That's just who they are. That's, you know, some people call them hillbillies, whatever. I'll take that too. But in any case, that's who my people were. They were poor dirt farmers from Missouri. That's who their people were. Their parents were just poor farmers. Their parents were farmers, and their parents were farmers. No money in my background whatsoever. So, because of this, and the world has changed a lot since then. You know, since my parents grew up and their parents grew up, the world has changed a whole lot. But we did come from a background of really having to work hard to make a living. And I would say, you could even say from a background of poverty. That's just the truth. Okay. Because those things have been going on in my family for generation and generation and generation, overcoming that poverty mindset is not easy, because it's ancestral patterns, right? It's those things that you've been told over and over and over and have been passed down over and over and over again. Well, okay, so this comes to a head this week for you guys, and you are being asked to move past this. And these ancestors are, by the way, helping you. They're here to help you. They didn't mean to do this to you, okay? They were living their life in their time, and things were working out the way they were because that's just the way it was at that time. They didn't mean to leave this legacy on you, whatever this legacy is. In my example, poverty. This legacy of poverty, and what, you know, just a topical thing that's going on right now for a lot of people. It's racism. That their parents were racist, and their parents were racist, and their parents were racist. So this mentality of racism has just been passed down and passed down for generation and generation, and we are seeing it play out in, you know, our society right now. Those are being called into questions. Those ancestral patterns are being called into question, okay? And this makes you guys who are watching this video right now pretty amazing, because you're being called upon to break these patterns, to break these cycles, and move into a brave new world that is much better, okay? Here you got the Knight, which says be brave and be honest. It's saying do the right thing. This card represents the warrior inside of you. Whether you are male or female, you're being called upon to do the right thing, and you have your armor. You are absolutely have everything that you need to fight this battle, whatever battle this is. But in this card, if you notice, he protects the Holy Grail. That's what the Knight does. They protect the Holy Grail. He's got a tear in his eye, which means he's not afraid to be vulnerable. Also represented by the roses here. Not afraid to be vulnerable, not afraid to show people his passion for that which he protects, but very much the warrior. And then with the warrior, we have this beautiful Native American peacekeeper with the peace pipe here. This is a Native American woman that is influenced by white buffalo woman. She seeks harmony. No matter the things that have happened to her, and believe me, the Native Americans had some pretty wicked stuff happen to them and their tribes. She takes the high road, and she trusts that the truth is always going to be revealed in the end. So when I say you guys got some spiritual big jobs going on here, I'm not kidding. And maybe it's not just this week. This is just a weekly reading. So maybe it's just this message needs to come to you that these are the people that are helping you through this process. You are in the process of breaking some ancestral patterns. Look back to your father's lineage. Look back to your, to your grandfather, to those people. If you had a special relationship with your father, actually this card kind of does say that you have a special relationship with your father. And that could be grandfather, but it's the cycles from your family are being broken, and they're being broken by you, which is, oh my gosh, I just got chills. This is really cool. They're being broken by you. This is asking you to be brave and honest and do the right thing and keep the peace. Take the high road to break these patterns. The truth will always be revealed. And you don't have to worry about that. Let go of that need to be right. You don't have to be right. You have to be at peace, and you have to bring peace to this situation, whatever this situation is. And you are in a position to do that, which is really, really cool. A lot is being demanded of you in this situation. And it's just so cool that your ancestors, your angels and your ancestors and your spirit guides are telling you that you are the one. You are the knight in shining armor here. You are the one to break these patterns. You have the courage to do it. You have the ability to stand up for what is right. And you have the ability to be honest, like to cut to the core of the situation and find the honest truth in a situation, and let that guide you through the process of creating a better future. And here's the thing, when you break these ancestral patterns, it's not just for you. You're breaking them for your children and your children's children and your children's children's children. You're breaking them for all that come after you. So, wow, that is really cool. And this card reminds you, yes, you do have those patterns, and yes, they do have to be broken. And yes, you, for whatever reason, are the one that's being called upon to do them. Maybe because it's just time for all of us to start doing that. But you guys are definitely being called to do it. And this reminds you that you create your own story. You create your own story. You do not have to live in poverty because your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents lived in poverty. You don't have to. You can break the cycle and make your own story. And it's in the story that looks like to me that your ancestors, that your spirit guides want you to create, is one of truth, honesty, and peace. That's it. Cutting to the core of what is happening and rising above it. First of all, acknowledging this is what's happening, okay? Now we got to rise above it. And you're the one that's being asked to lead that charge. Whoa! I'm proud of y'all. Okay. I'm just going to just to end up this reading here, which is a really, really cool reading. I just want from the Sacred Traveler to find out if there's anything that you need to do. What action do you need to take? These are the spirit guides that are helping you through this process. These are the messages from your spirit guides. But what action do you need to take? If any action, what do you need to do? For pile twos. Valiant courage, take action with passion. Okay, first of all, Pile 1 got this one too, so that's hilarious. But I think their message was very different. But this might be a week of taking action with courage for people. This goes right along with this. You have the courage to do what needs to be done to break the patterns of your ancestors and to move on to a place of peace and honesty, and dare I say love. Yes, I'm going to throw that in there. And this peacekeeper does indicate that there's something that happens, like there's some argument that wants to spring up, and they want to make you a part of the argument, and you're going to say, no, I'm not. I'm going to rise above it. I'm going to listen. I'm going to get to the truth, to the bottom of what's underneath all of this. We're going to break this pattern, and we're going to rise above. We're going to move forward. Take action with passion. I love it. Okay, and just from the final messages from the Sedona Oracle, I'm gonna leave it to whatever final message Spirit wants to give to us today. And you got Roadrunner, trust and knowledge. Nice. You guys trust that you have the knowledge that you need to fix this situation, to change this situation, to move forward. And you have to trust that you are the ones to do it, that you are brave and honest enough. You have the answers, or the answers are coming to you. Trust in the unknown. You're on the right path. Trust that too, but also trust that when you need the knowledge, it's going to be there. It's coming to you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for my pile twos. Great reading. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3 for your weekly message, these are going to be your cards. Pile 3 does have the Aqua or Quartz on it. Very pretty. So these are going to be your messages for this week, whether you're viewing this in real time, like the week of March 21st through the 27th, or whenever you find it, whatever week is coming up for you, these are going to be your messages. And let's talk a little bit about, the topic is urgent messages from spirit guides. So let's talk about that a little bit and how I view that. On this path of spiritualism, metaphysics, new age philosophy, whatever you want to call it, that I believe in, and I don't really, have a name for it. I don't think titles are really important, but in this kind of spiritual path, there is no dogma that everybody follows. Everybody that calls themselves a spiritualist or a new ager, or there's just no set rules like there are in some other religions. It's really more of a situation where everybody is on their own spiritual path. They find the information that they need when they need it. There are some things that are kind of the same for most of the traditions. That is not necessarily true for everybody. So here's just what I think about spirit guides. I feel like that everybody has a spiritual team that helps them, that guides them, that they can call upon whenever they need them. And I think that includes source, divine pure white light, God, whatever you want to call that higher power. I think it includes angels and archangels. I think it includes ancestors and passed on loved ones, and it includes spirit guides. So all of those together are your spiritual team, and they will help you for sure find the answers that you seek, but you do have to let them in. You have to invite them into your life. Especially the angels, they cannot help you unless you ask for their help. So, okay. So with this message today, which is urgent messages from your spirit guides, I pulled Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Carl Gray, just to see who is trying to come through and speak to you today, and what messages they want to give to you. So you got the Hermit card, Retreat and Recharge. Shield Maiden, Make Plans and Focus. And Oracle, wait for important information. So you got a lot of guides around you that are of many different traditions. So that's kind of cool. Let's just take these one at a time. So the Hermit card talks about taking time out from the world and actually retreating from the world and from activity to go within, to recharge, to find the answers. This is telling you that the answers are within. This card is particularly, this is a sadhu, and I don't know if I'm really sadhu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it is a holy person in Hinduism, in the Hindu tradition. And the symbol behind him is a Sri Yantra, and it represents, I don't know if you can see that, it's really quite faint actually behind him. But it does represent the mother and father God. It represents the masculine and the feminine. This is definitely a card of meditation. So, like the Hermit card in the tarot deck, it is telling you to retreat from activity, to go within, separate yourself. A little bit of isolation right now is needed. Separate yourself and find the answers from within. But this particular card is definitely asking you to try to meditate. It's not easy for everybody. I get it. I'm not that great at it myself. But it might behoove you, if you can this week, more than any other week, try to meditate. And you can start off slow and do 5 minutes and then build up to 15 to 20 minutes. You're just trying to quiet your mind. For those of you who are not used to meditation, yoga will help you get into that state to be ready for meditation. Pretty sure all of the yoga and probably Tai Chi would do the same thing too, because those are kind of almost moving meditations, right? And they slow your mind down to kind of prepare you to move into that mindlessness, I guess, is what you're trying to achieve with meditation, so that you can hear the inner voice. It's trying to get rid of that monkey mind that's talking to you all the time. Get rid of that and calm, and so you can hear your inner voice, what's coming from the heart. That's what you're trying to do in meditation. Okay. So the next card that you have here is the Shield Maiden, and this is kind of the knight in shining armor in the Viking tradition. It's a Viking woman who is akin to the knight in shining armor in like the England, British tradition. The Vikings saw women as equal to men, and they went out and fought just right alongside the men. They were absolutely warriors, but this card is kind of telling you that you have the ability to be a warrior and still maintain that sensitivity. It's also saying, because the message here is make plans and focus. It does say that you have the ability to focus way more than you've been able to do in recent past. You have it within you to be more prepared and to focus. A warrior always has a good plan. You have to have a strategy. And then the last card that you got here is Oracle. This can refer to like tapping into your own intuition. It can refer to getting answers from some outside source who is a psychic or something. This is the Oracle of Delphi. It's from ancient Greece. She was psychic. She was good at getting information. So this card just represents gathering information from conversations, noticing the signs that you're being sent from your spiritual team, paying attention to messages that are coming to you, and they can come from so many different ways. Sometimes it is an actual message that you get through like email or something, or a text or something. Sometimes it's a message, you hear a song and it catches your attention. The words to the song catch your attention. There's a message in that for you. So this is just saying, pay attention to, you're gathering information right now. Your angels and ancestors are speaking to you. So look for the answers pay attention to the messages. They're trying to send you messages right now. Okay, so this is very clear to me. This is a week where you guys need to retreat. You've been working on something, or you've been working on something and you've been working hard on it. It maybe is not coming together the way you want it to. This is saying it's time to suspend activity, to go within, find the answers that your ancestors are definitely trying to send to you, maybe through meditation if you can. This would be a good week to start trying to meditate if you can, or to quiet your mind. You know, some people can do this just like with a walk through nature. It quiets their mind and it allows room for those messages to hit you. And they just come to you kind of as like a bolt of lightning sometimes. But it comes when your mind is calm. The answers come to you. Okay, so then once the answers come to you, then you need to make a plan of action and focus on your plan. So that is your urgent message from Spirit today. You got to suspend whatever it is that you're working on. You need to take time out from it, go within, and it's almost just trying to say that the more you do, the worse it's going to get. So don't do anything else right now. Retreat, meditate. And if you do find yourself in a situation where you can meditate, then keep a pad and pencil beside you. And that way, whatever comes to you in the meditation, you can write down when you're done. You can also try to do that first thing in the morning. Like if you're not really good at meditation, sometimes the spirit guides will send you messages in your subconscious through your sleep. Have a pen and paper ready in the morning to write down messages. Again, sometimes when you're out on a walk, you can, or out in nature, breathing. It's all about just breathing and relaxing and quieting the mind, however you do that. So then, you know, when you come in for your walk, write down any insights that you got on your walk. And then also look for messages. And I was just reminded, I just heard animal totems and animal spirits, that messages come through animals a lot of times when you're out on a walk. If you see an animal, then you probably need to go look that animal up. If you are hearing about an animal or seeing an animal and it happens 3 times, that there's definitely a message for you from that animal spirit. So and you can look all that up on the internet. There are books about it. There are actually oracle cards about messages from animals if you want to get into that. But that information is pretty readily available for you. But this is just saying, look for the messages. Divine Spirit, God, and this is saying Mother and Father God are both guiding you on this. You do have a lot of feminine energy here too. So maybe some of your ancestors on your maternal side, like mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, that kind of thing, are with you and trying to guide you through this process, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. They know, it's almost like they know you're working hard on it, and they're saying they want to help you, and they need you to quiet down so they can help you, so they can send you the message that takes you on the next steps toward your goal. That's what it is. But you need to have a strategy or a plan, and that comes after you quiet down the mind and get the messages that your spirit guides are trying to send to you. Okay, I think that's pretty succinct here. We're all working on different things. I have several projects I'm working on, and I know exactly which one. If this were my reading, I would know exactly which one of my projects this is talking about. So I'm just going to trust that you guys know that too. That if this message is for you, you know what you're working on, that you need to, it's not really working, you need to stop and get some answers. All right. So just to finish this reading up, I'm going to get from the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Linn. I'm going to get any kind of messages about what action you need to take or what you need to do, if anything. What does my pile 3s need to do, or what action do they need to take, if any? You got fogged in, go slow, take your time. Again, hermit, retreating, no activity. That's saying the same thing. You are a little bit fogged in here. It's time to slow down. You're not going to be able to move through quickly. You can't see through the fog just yet. Meditate. You will get the answers, and it will help you through the fog. All right, and then just final words of wisdom. I'm just going to leave that open. What final message, not words of wisdom necessarily, but what final messages do you have for pile 3? And for that, I'm consulting the Sedona Oracle deck. What final messages do you have for pile 3? What final messages do you have for pile 3? Okay. Red Canyon, Ancient and Future Energies. Wow, that's a interesting card there. I'm actually going to get the book out on that one. I don't know what the Red Canyon is. It looks like maybe what those kind of Indian adobe dwellings in the rocks, in the canyons. Let's see what this message says. Okay. Another magical canyon, yet very different from the others, filled with powerful ancient and future energies. Perhaps Anasazi lived, and maybe still lives here. There is a Anasazi, I don't know who that is. There is a timeless aspect to this location. You're never quite sure just where in time you may really be. Energies from the past or possibly the future may currently be affecting you. Well, that is interesting. That may be why you're fogged in. That may be why you can't see your way clear. There's energies around you that are affecting your situation. And they're kind of fogging it up a little bit. So that's why you have to go meditate. You have to get quiet. You have to quiet your mind. These energies are affecting your situation. Maybe from the past, maybe from the future. Like, I'm kind of reminded of mindfulness, right? Be here now. That's the most important thing. Be here now. Like, you can't be worrying about your future. You can't be worrying about your past for sure, because that's already over. There's nothing you can do about that. What's most important is to just be here right now. And I think this is just a further message that quieting the mind will help you figure out your next steps toward your goal. Okay, that's all I have for pile 3s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.